Happy 4th of July, everyone. It's that time of year where we celebrate the birth of America's independence, where we barbecue with our families, maybe go swimming, or maybe skinny dipping is more your speed, and you know you have to let off wild-ass fireworks to make your neighbors hate your fucking guts. Now you might be asking, Gage, what are you gonna do to celebrate this 4th of July? I'm watching WWE Capital Punishment. Yeah, I'm not happy either. Capital Punishment is widely regarded as an awful pay-per-view, but is it really that bad? So I thought, why not celebrate this 4th of July and go back and watch Capital Punishment to see if it's really that bad. So let's not waste any time and get straight into WWE Capital Punishment. The first thing I want to say about this show is the stage is absolutely amazing. The giant US Capitol stage is fucking awesome. I miss when WWE did unique stages like this. I mean, this stage is one of the only good things from this show. But we opened up the night with Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler for the United States Championship. Honestly, it is pretty smart to start off this show with the United States Championship. Kofi would monkey flip Dolph, and Dolph as usual bumps his ass off for it. Dolph would look to suplex Kofi off the top rope, but Kofi would throw him down and would hit an insane crossbody. Dolph would go for the zigzag, but Kofi pushes him off, but as Kofi is catching his breath, Vicky would rake his eyes, and that would allow Dolph to lock in the sleeper hold. Kofi was near the ropes, but Dolph would kick off the ropes to get into the middle of the ring, which commentary are all confused on if this would be a disqualification or not. But Kofi would end up passing out, and the ref pulls Dolph off of him, and there's an awkward pause, but the ref calls the match and Dolph Ziggler is the new United States Champion. The ending was a little weird, but the match was still good. It's what you would expect from Dolph and Kofi. When you put them together, it's gonna be good. Very nice start to Capital Punishment. Hopefully they can keep this up. R-Truth would arrive to the show with the WWE Championship that he stole from John Cena, and he's telling everyone that there's going to be a party tonight after he wins. He even invites Eve Torres. Next up is The Miz versus Alex Riley. I might not remember a lot about Alex Riley, but damn it to hell he had good entrance music. The Miz dominates Riley almost the whole match. The Miz would have Riley in the Tree of Woe. As he's going for the baseball slide kick, Riley would rise up and Miz would hit his balls on the ring post, and this gives Riley the chance and momentum he needs. Riley would sling The Miz into the barricade, and Michael Cole would be talking shit to Riley, and Riley grabs him by the tie and yanks him over the table. The Miz would try and use the briefcase, but the ref would catch him and takes it away from him, and when the ref turns around, Riley hits a floating DDT to pick up the victory over The Miz, proving Riley is more than just Miz's bodyguard. The match was meh. They got the story across, but man, Michael Cole being a heel, glazing The Miz, and arguing with Lawler and Booker T throughout this match was just fucking unbearable. Backstage, Barack Obama would arrive to the show, and he talks with Sergeant Slaughter, but as they're talking, up comes Vicky Guerrero and she tries to sing Happy Father's Day to Obama, but the Secret Service takes her away. Next up is The Big Show versus Alberto Del Rio. This match comes from the heated rivalry between these two after Alberto Del Rio ran over Big Show with his fucking car. First Big Show, then later on he runs over Santa. This guy needs his license took. While Alberto is making his entrance, the Big Show would ambush him, but as Big Show is getting into the ring, Mark Henry would attack the Big Show. Mark Henry would hit the world's strongest slam on Big Show through the announce table, and Mark would attack the injured leg that Del Rio ran over. But with all the strength he has, Big Show gets back into the ring, and now the match can officially start. But immediately Del Rio would attack his injured leg. Del Rio would lock in the cross leg breaker, and Big Show screams in agony. But Big Show makes it to the ropes, but the damage is already done, to the point where Big Show can't even defend himself, and the ref calls the match. And the winner is Alberto Del Rio. This match happened is all I could say. R-Truth would be backstage wanting the cameraman to take pictures of him, but the cameraman says his name isn't on the title, and Truth flips out. He says he's gonna beat John Cena and he's gonna have to take his picture, whether he likes it or not. Next up is Wade Barrett versus Ezekiel Jackson for the Intercontinental Championship. This match comes after Ezekiel Jackson left the Core to make it on his own, which, do you remember the Core? Wade Barrett would make his way to the ring talking shit about the United States. He makes fun of the national debt and he makes fun of the education system in America, which fair, and the crowd chants USA, cause how dare this British man make fun of the United States on this American pay-per-view. Ezekiel would come out and just like Alex Riley, he might not have been a great wrestler, but he had a damn good theme song. Other than that, this match is ass. People in the crowd started chanting "We want Ryder" in the middle of it, but in the end Wade Barrett would tap out to the torture rack and Ezekiel Jackson would win the Intercontinental Championship. The match was boring as hell, but hey, Ezekiel Jackson won the Intercontinental Championship. You can never take that away from him. Obama will be backstage with Santino Marella, Beth Phoenix, and Kelly Kelly. Santino would ask if he wants to see the Cobra. Obama does it with him, but as soon as Santino would turn the Cobra towards him, the Secret Service would tackle him. Don't worry guys, Santino knows how to handle the Cobra. Next up is CM Punk versus Rey Mysterio. It's always nice to hear this fire burns. And honestly, this new Nexus t-shirt is pretty cool. I wouldn't mind having it. The new Nexus itself, however, Rey would moonsault onto Punk on the outside. Rey would dive at Punk like a cannonball. CM Punk would hit Rey with a back suplex off the top rope. Rey would go for the 619, but Punk would catch him, and he's able to hit the GTS to win the match. The match started out slow, but it definitely picked up. I mean, what did you expect from Punk and Rey Mysterio? They were gonna put on a good match. It's been a while since we had a good match on this show, and this was a big win for Punk. I wonder what he does after this. Next up is Randy Orton versus Christian for the World Heavyweight Championship. This match comes during Randy and Christian's great feud they had back in 2011. One of the better things that happened in 2011 WWE, but it's always nice to see that big gold championship. Randy would hit Christian with a suplex off the top rope, but it hurts Randy just as much as it hurts him, especially with the concussion he's had recently. Randy will be able to hit the RKO out of nowhere and is able to pin Christian to retain his World Heavyweight Championship. But Christian's leg was under the ropes. This count shouldn't have been counted. After the match, Christian would be showing the ref how his leg was under the ropes, and he's just complaining to the ref. And Randy's hurt enough, and he hits Christian with the belt. But you know it's inevitable, Randy. Christian's gonna get one more match. But with that being said, this match was pretty good. Next up will be a special bonus attraction. Ooh, I wonder what it is. You can keep it. Next up is Jack Swagger versus Evan Bourne. At least we have Evan Bourne to watch in this match at least. But Jack Swagger dominates him almost the whole match. But Evan Bourne would hit a crazy tornado DDT, and he would be able to roll up Jack Swagger to pick up the victory. I guess I could say it's not the worst match on the card at least. Before the main event, Barack Obama will come out and he has a few words to say.
Gotta have them ribs. And pussy too.
He says it's an honor to be here at Capital Punishment. He also says he's not the anonymous Raw general manager, because if he was, there would be less Michael Cole and more Jim Ross. And then he calls him a fat bastard for some reason.
God, I love that fat bastard.
Obama would finish his speech, but as he's leaving, Booker T would stop him and ask if he'll join him in the ring. Booker tells him he's made history being the first black man elected president, but he asks if he can do the spin-a-rooney. And he hits that shit. We move on to the main event, John Cena versus R-Truth for the WWE Championship. It was a guarantee John Cena was going to be on Capital Punishment. I mean, he was the first wrestler to announce the death of Osama bin Laden.
We have caught and compromised to a permanent end Osama bin Laden.
But this match was bad. It seemed to drag on forever and ever, and it was fucking slow as hell. Towards the end, R-Truth would take a breather on the outside because it seems like he can't put away John Cena, but he spots a little Jimmy. He takes the kid's hat and he takes his water, but as Truth gives the kid back his water, he splashes it in his face, and that would allow John Cena to hit the AA to win the match and retain his WWE Championship. After the match, John Cena would celebrate with the kid that basically gave him the win. I mean, what the hell was in that water? And the show ends with John Cena celebrating with the military. And that was WWE Capital Punishment. Yeah, it was bad. It was bad, but maybe not as bad as people say. I mean, the stage was great. We had the Kofi and Ziggler match, Punk and Rey match, the Christian and Orton match. That's the only positives I'm naming off the top of my head. But 4 of the matches on this card could have been left out entirely. They were fucking ass. Honestly, R-Truth could have won that main event. R-Truth was pretty entertaining. He could have been the WWE champion, even if it was for one night. But yeah, there's not a lot good to say about this show. It was fucking bad. But is it the worst pay-per-view ever? I'm not sure. And there's a lot of pay-per-views, and there's a lot of bad ones, so it's gonna be hard to go through all of them and pick out which one's the worst. Maybe we'll get there one day. Although Capital Punishment is very bad, maybe the worst is yet to come. But that is all I have for you today. Let me know what you all think of Capital Punishment in the comments. But most importantly, I hope you all have a very safe and happy 4th of July. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll make more silly videos like this in the future, so stop on by when the time comes. But until then, be careful.